Senator Scott Brown is my senator in Massachusetts, and I am apparently his fundraiser against my will. Extraordinary measures will be taken to correct this situation right here, next. For the first and probably the last time, I hereby recuse myself from hosting this segment.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Bill Wolf, the executive producer and one-time only proxy host of the Rachel Maddow Show E-Block. In a moment, our very special guest. Senator Scott Brown of Massachusetts isn't up for re-election until 2012, but he's taking nothing about his extraordinary popularity or perceived mega power in the U.S. Senate for granted. For fully 2.5 years out from his next election, Senator Brown has begun raising money in earnest, and to motivate his base, he chose the single most frightening potential opponent to the Democratic Party could produce, a possibility so disastrous in its consequences as to scare cash money right out of Massachusetts wallets and into Senator Scott Brown's war chest. Who or what could instill that sort of populist mania? TV's Rachel Maddow. Maddow hosts an hour of cable news on MSNBC weeknights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific. And Senator Brown just sent this urgent communique to potential campaign donors in the Bay State. Quote, "Friends, the political machine in Massachusetts is looking for someone to run against me, and you're not going to believe who they are supposedly trying to recruit. Liberal MSNBC anchor Rachel Maddow." Now, Rachel lives in Western Massachusetts, and recently it was reported that the chairman of the state Democratic Party had apparently tried to reach out to her in an attempt to coax her into a race against me. The Democratic Party bosses in Massachusetts want a rubber stamp who will vote for their plans to expand government, increase debt, and raise taxes. Someone like Rachel Maddow. I'm sure she's a nice person. I just don't think America can afford her liberal politics. Rachel Maddow has a nightly platform to push her far-left agenda. What about you? Though it's not entirely clear, Senator Brown's rationale for playing the Maddow card, as it's known, likely derives from this tweet by Massachusetts Democratic Party Chair John Walsh on March 5th. Quote, some are talking about you running versus Brown in 12. I'm the chair of Mad Dem Party. Mr. Walsh did not specify who you was in that tweet, though there was internet speculation that he meant Rachel Maddow. Of course, in the world of fundraising for re-election campaigns for statewide office, anything about which some are talking is presumed to be absolutely true, as is everything on Twitter and all internet speculation. Joining me now in studio for the interview is the host of MSNBC's The Rachel Maddow Show, The Rachel Maddow. Rachel, thanks for making time to do this.
I didn't know it was going to be the interview.
Well, you're
That's
the
awesome.
interview, yeah, and we appreciate your making time. We know you're busy at this time of night. Now, first, the obvious question. In his email to supporters, he says, I'm sure she's a nice person. Is Senator Brown right? Are you a nice person?
I am a bewildered person.
Yeah.
I have to say, you know, supposedly, the Massachusetts Democratic Party supposedly trying to recruit Maddow.
Yeah.
It was reported they were trying to recruit her. Why didn't they just call and ask me if it was true?
Well,
before sending out the fundraising letter?
Let me take this opportunity to clear some things up.
Yeah.
To what degree is the machine, the Democratic machine in Massachusetts, recruiting you to be the Democratic candidate for Senate in 2012?
If they are doing so, it's a silent, invisible machine that hasn't yet contacted me through any means.
That happens more often than you think. Okay, next.
There's a Facebook page.
Yeah.
My friend Bill did it, I think, as a joke.
A different friend Bill.
Different friend Bill.
Yeah.
Different friend Bill. No, actually, there's a Facebook page, but there's a Facebook page for a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
If that's the basis for famous Senator Scott Brown making me the fundraising pitch, it surprises me about him.
So is there any chance whatsoever that you are running for Senate in 2012?
You know me well enough, Bill, for you to be able to answer this question. Mm-hmm. What do I think about my current job?
She's left some wiggle room, folks.
No, I have the best job in the world. I'm not running for office. I've never said that I would run for office. Nobody's asked me to run for office. Scott Brown didn't ask me if I was planning on running for office before he decided to write a fundraising letter using my name to raise money for him.
Yeah.
No, it's completely made up by him.
What's most interesting to people on the staff is that you are the scariest possibility he could think of.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
He's been in some of our show meetings, obviously.
You think about all of the things that he has to run on, and the fear of Rachel Maddow is what he's raising money on in Massachusetts. Massachusetts donors, open your wallets. Maddow's coming.
Sounds like an effective campaign. Quickly, any plans for your non-campaign or non-candidacy that we can tell the audience about?
Julie, are you here?
Nope.
We've made a T-shirt so far.
Wow.
It says, "I'm raising money for my nude model U.S. senator right now. Ask me how."
Well, that's very grassroots.
We only have one so far, but we're thinking about branching out.
Well, that's fantastic.
Thank you, Julia. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Julia, and excellently done. We're going to a little something extra in your non-check. Rachel Maddow, you are the host of the Rachel Maddow Show every night, every weeknight here on MSNBC. We're all big fans of the show. We sure appreciate you taking the time to be here with us.
This is so weird. Thanks, Bill.
I find it to be extremely weird as well.
Yeah.
Coming up on Countdown, I guess this is my job, Sarah Palin's violent rhetoric when it comes to health reform. And next on this show, Rachel Maddow returns to the host position, thank God, to explain how, thanks to President Obama's 22 different pens, you can know more about exactly what you eat. Stay with us, I implore you.